Hansoo represents water, the source of life that nurtures the will and spirit to embrace all. The progress line of Hansoo POOMSAE that represents the unity harmonized through the movement of attack and defense, expressed in a diagonal formation, is the character Su, which means water. We will now take a look at the key moves of Hansoo POOMSAE. Hansoo POOMSAE consists of 6 key moves, namely 손날 등 헤쳐맞기, 매주먹 양 옆구리 앉히기, 고도로 칼채비, 안팔목 아래 표적 맞기, 손날 금강 맞기, and 곁다리 서기. We will now take a closer look at each of the key moves of Hansoo POOMSAE. 손날 등 헤쳐맞기 is a technique to cross the 2 hands in front of the chest and block by scattering them sideways. When performing 몸통 헤쳐맞기, the tip of the hand must not rise above the shoulder. Attach your armpits to your body to make them firm, and the tip of your hand and elbow must be placed in the same line. Cross the arm of the forward foot from the outside. 매주먹 양 옆구리 앉히기 is a technique to strike both sides of the waist outside in, with both fists elevated to about 1 fist length above the shoulder. Attach the armpit firmly to the body to concentrate force. The fist should be placed slightly over the elbow. The elbows should be close to the torso. Be careful not to let the fists rise excessively. 고도로 칼제비 is a technique used to block an opponent's attack by pressing with the palm of your hand and attack an opponent's neck with an arc fist. Strike an opponent with the arched part of the arc fist. Concentrate and transfer force by making the surface area of the target small. The elbow of the arm that performed 칼제비 should lightly touch the back of the assisting hand and straighten the wrist so it doesn't bend. 안팔목 아래 표적 맞기 is used to create a target at shoulder elevation with the arc fist of the hand performing 아래맞기, where the inner wrist touches between the thumb and index finger to block. It is important to fix the hand acting as a target in front of the lower abdomen and only move the arm blocking the lower body. When performing 손날 금강 맞기, the hand blade and center line should be aligned. Be careful not to let the elbow of the arm blocking the face rise first. 곁다리 서기 is a standing posture where one leg acts as support. The opposite big toe touches the ground in the middle of the back of the supporting foot blade, and the rear sole is slightly raised. Both feet slightly touch each other and stand with the knees facing forward. The knees should not be apart. Be careful not to let the upper body swerve forward. These are the 6 key moves of Hansoo POOMSAE. We will now look at the moves in succession, connecting each move. The key moves of Hansoo first part consist of 손날 등 헤쳐막기, 매주먹 앉히기, 물로 디뎌 외산 들막기, 오른 지르기, 물로 디뎌 외산 들막기, 왼 지르기, 물로 디뎌 외산 들막기, 오른 지르기, and 손날 등 헤쳐막기. Because you set the left foot when you start, you must perform 손날 등 헤쳐막기 by switching hands from 겹손, so the left arm crosses outside. When performing 매주먹 앉히기, the two hammer fists strike both sides of the waist outside in, while the armpits touch the body. When connecting to 외산 들막기, the blocking arm should move past the face to protect it. After completing 외산 들막기, place both feet on the same line slightly tilted. Move and set the opposite foot facing the same direction as your gaze. Then connect to 몸돌아 디디며 지르기. Cautions for Hansoo first part. Taking a closer look. When connecting from 외산 들막기 to 지르기, be careful not to change elevation. It is important to perform all these motions naturally without disconnect. We will now practice the moves of Hansoo first part in succession while watching the video. The key moves of Hansoo second part consist of 고도로 아금손 앞치기, 두 주먹 젖혀 지르기, 왼 아금손 펴져 아래 맞기, 손날 끔강 맞기, 학다리 서기 작은 돌저귀, 옆차기 and 제비품 앉히기, and 오른 앞차기 and 등주먹 앞치기. When performing 고도로 아금손 앞치기, press and block with the right palm of your hand, and perform 앞치기 with the left arc fist at the same time. The left elbow should touch the top of the back of the right hand. In 곁다리 서기, the hind leg disrupts the motion from the leg that ran and set first, maintains a center, then transfer force to the fist. When performing 왼표적 아래맞기, strike as if inserting the right inner wrist into the left arc fist. Do not move the left hand and block with the right inner wrist. When setting back with 손날 끔강 맞기, be careful not to change elevation. Change direction for 학다리 서기 작은 돌저귀 90 degrees. The move and the spin must complete at the same time. When performing 앞차기, both hands should be placed naturally inside the body to avoid any inconvenience when kicking. Perform 찌찌기 with the forward kicking foot and stop momentum with the left foot. After achieving balance, transfer force to the fist and connect to 등주먹 앞치기 along with a shout. Cautions for Hansoo second part. Taking a closer look. When performing 두 주먹 젖혀 지르기, be careful not to let the armpits move away from the body. When performing 왼표적 아래맞기, pay attention to the direction of your gaze, just like the previous move. Perform 오른 앞차기 through the coordination of the upper and lower body. Do not use only the left leg when kicking, and do not kick above the head. We will now practice the moves of Hansoo second part in succession while watching the video. The key moves of Hansoo third part consist of 왼 손날 옆치기, 오른 팔날 등 벼적차기, 오른 팔꿈치 벼적치기, 고드로 오른 아금손 앞치기, 두 주먹 젖혀 찌르기, 오른 아금손 표적 아래 맞기, and 손나 금강 맞기. When performing 왼손아 옆치기, the lower body should stand firm and make use of the torque of the spin. It is important that your eyes point in the direction of progression. 오른 팔날등 표적치기 is a technique that uses the back of the foot blade and is performed in succession with 표적치기. After performing 표적치기, turn to the direction of progression and stand with the feet gathered together. Then, continue with 고드로 칼제비. In 뼈다리 서기, the hind leg stops the moment of the leg that ran and set first. Maintains a center, then transfers force to the fist. When performing 표적 아래맞기, fix the right arc fist. Then strike and block like you're inserting the left inner wrist. When setting your foot back with 손아 금강 맞기, be careful not to change elevation. Cautions for Hansoo third part. Taking a closer look. When performing 표적차기, be mindful to use the back of the foot blade rather than the sole. Also, remember that the target must not move during 표적 아래맞기. We will now practice the moves of Hansoo third part in succession while watching the video. The key moves of Hansoo fourth part consist of 학다리 서기 작은 돌적기, 오른 옆차기, 제비품 안치기, 왼 앞차기, 왼 등주먹 앞치기, 오른 손나 옆치기, 왼 표적차기, and 왼 팔꿈치 표적치기. Change direction 90 degrees when performing 학다리 서기 작은 돌적기. Change direction at the same time while assuming the hakdari sogi posture. When connecting to apchagi, both hands should be placed naturally inside the body to easily assist the kick. Next, perform chichiki with the front foot that kicked. Stop motion with the left foot and achieve balance. Then, transfer force to the back of the left fist along with a shout. When performing 오른손나 옆치기, the lower body should stand firm and make use of the torque of the spin. It is important that your eyes point in the direction of progression. When performing 왼foot 표적차기, use the back of the foot blade, then connect naturally to 표적치기. Cautions for Hansoo fourth part. Taking a closer look. Remember that you must use the back of the foot blade rather than the sole when performing 표적차기. Remember that the arm on the same side as the set foot must be on the outside. This concludes the training for Hansoo POOMSAE. We will take another look at all the moves and master POOMSAE. We have looked at the key moves of Hansoo POOMSAE and provided thorough explanations for each move and things to watch out for. You will be able to cultivate the spirit to embrace all and harmony embodied in Hansoo if you continue and repeat this training. We will see you again in the Ilyo POOMSAE video. Thanks for watching.